We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-Star Soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
Listen up, friends. This is Alex Jones with key information. The mainstream media is now admitting that we're going into a depression. Don't be dependent on the government for you and your family. You need to get your own supply of high-quality storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. They're the best company out there, the longest continually operating, with a ton of great food to choose from. It's all fresh, made on a monthly basis, not some old cruddy food they're selling you like some of the other guys. Try their new Evacuation Pack, a 2-week supply of delicious, easy-to-fix food. It comes with all the equipment you need to prepare it. With open talk of a strike on Iran in the next 3 months, the crisis in the Gulf, and possible evacuations, get yourself and your family ready today. The place to go is eFoodsDirect.com. Go to their website online right now, eFoodsDirect.com/Alex, or call 800-409-5633. Again, on the web, eFoodsDirect.com/Alex, or give them a call at 800-409-5633. Alex Jones here with urgent information concerning TrendsResearch.com. The Trends Journal distills the voluminous ongoing research of the Trends Research Institute into a concise, readily accessible form. By tracking 300 separately defined domestic and international trends, the Trends Journal establishes the connections that others fail to see or misinterpret. Gerald Salente's Trends Journal allows you to anticipate change, recognize the implications, and take protective strategies. Individual readers from every walk of life can put the Trends Journal, Trends Forecast, and Trends Analysis to practical use. Extra information to keep you well informed throughout the year. When any current event of major social, economic, or political significance occurs, Trends Journal notifies its subscribers of their implications. When you subscribe to the Trends Journal, you'll also receive Trends Alerts. Visit TrendsResearch.com today. That's TrendsResearch.com. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. This information is too important to wait.
You walk into this room at your own risk, because it leads to the future. Not a future that will be, but one that might be. This is not a new world. It is simply an extension of what began in the old one. It has patterned itself after every dictator who has ever planted the ripping imprint of a boot on the pages of history since the beginning of time. It has refinements, technological advances, and a more sophisticated approach to the destruction of human freedom. But like every one of the super-states that preceded it, it has one iron rule. Logic is an enemy and truth is a menace.
The answer to 1984 is 1776. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Back live. Thank you for joining us. We're going to have open phones in the next hour, interspersed with news. And Paul Joseph Watson, on some really important subjects, is going to be joining us coming up in the third hour today. You know, here's an issue that I want to hear from Rush Limbaugh and Glenn Beck on. Finland suspends flu shots after vaccine linked with neurological disorders. India halts vaccine program after 4 deaths of children. They died instantly after being injected, within minutes. Meanwhile, they're back pushing it again. England suspends the shot in under 5-year-olds with 10-fold increase in seizures. You know, we're right about that again. We were right about the autoimmune diseases, the brain inflammation, the blood running out of babies' noses. You know, I have shied away from really going after Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh. And I've tried to support them and praise them when I've seen good out of them, and I feel dirty every time I do it. You know why I try to support them? At a conscious level, I don't like infighters. I don't like people that critique other talk show hosts and spend all their time going after people. If you've noticed, you hardly ever hear that from me. Very rarely. But I spent a lot of time this weekend because Glenn Beck was so much in the news. It focused, it forced me to focus and to really remember why I have such a bad feeling about Glenn Beck. And I wrote an entire booklet of notes over the weekend. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had an epiphany. I had an epiphany. And I thought about this last year. I didn't do it because I guess at a spiritual level, it is painful to investigate Glenn Beck. He's like a little pig demon, a little piggy monster. And I'd rather, at a conscious level, just rationalize and go, well, he's opening up a lot of doors. He's getting people to admit there's globalism and that the globalists want to destroy the family. And, you know, he's doing a lot of good. Yeah, but he's still promoting wars. He's not telling you how the big mega banks control the communists and the progressives, as he calls them. He's not telling you about the vaccines. He's not giving people the real answers. He's not going all the way. And I'm glad that I thought about Glenn Beck quite a bit and then happened to tune in and heard Limbaugh, because you don't know how much I want to believe in Limbaugh. How much I want to believe he's really woken up. You know, when he's talking about secret elites and blue bloods that want to destroy America, and I get on air and I praise him. Yeah, I want to turn the corner. I want to win. I want to beat this thing, because I realize how monstrous these globalists are. I realize they're a pack of killers. They're not just corrupt good old boys that want to dominate society. They want to bankrupt things. They want to break down the borders. They want to truly re-engineer this society and have massive purges of patriots. They're training for it. And I know that when George Bush was in office, Glenn Beck was reading off of ADL, Southern Poverty Law Center scripts every single day and attacking Ron Paul. So I was forced to go after him at the time. Even though I was told through the grapevine, if you attack Glenn Beck, we're going to make sure that you don't get interviewed on these big Clear Channel-owned radio shows, or we're going to make sure it's cut back to nothing. And I was told this. And, of course, it's off record, so I don't break my journalistic integrity. And then I was told that Glenn Beck has 5 people listening to the show every day, writing notes. And when I was told this by 2 separate high-level Fox News individuals, I'll just leave it at that. One of them's a household name. The other is an executive. When I was told this, it kind of creeped me out. And I didn't know what to do about it. And I just kind of backed off Glenn Beck. Just so I could try to figure out what was going on. I mean, I was still criticizing him, but I kind of went into a cogitative format of Glenn Beck has 5 people listening to every word I say, writing notes. They're sitting in a war room right now. Glenn Beck is obsessed with me and tells everyone, don't go on his show or I won't have you on my show, and has network executives from radio put pressure on other hosts not to have me on. I mean, you know how creepy it is to have 3 reports last week put out on me
saying I'm the #1 enemy of the Southern Poverty Law Center. You know what it's like to have the ADL say I'm the #1 enemy? You know what? #1, they say I'm the #1 evil out there. Do you know what it's like to have, when cops are killed in Pittsburgh, within 2 hours to have the media saying it's my fault? And I got a bunch of news, and I want to get into it and talk about it and cover it. It's just I've got so many thoughts, so many points, because this has to deal with everything I stand for. I mean, I'm trying to wake people up, and I wake folks up to the New World Order at record levels going back 5-6 years ago when we really started reaching millions a day, not just millions a month or a week. And to see all of my semantical terms taken and repackaged and used as a weapon angers me. When I would attack Bush, it would be co-opted and twisted by the controlled left and would end up serving the Democratic Party. And now everything I do to an even greater level is taken and repackaged and used to attack Obama. And I could see the media setting him up for destruction. I said this would happen in the Obama deception, getting ready to put all the blame on him, and then he moves off the stage, and the new puppet comes on, who then is built up as the savior and then destroyed, and the cycle goes on over and over again. Put it to you this way. It is not a good feeling to have all of these really powerful organizations obsessed with what I do, tracking everything I do, attacking me from every angle. A lot of people would get on a power trip and would go crazy with megalomania. We've seen a lot of people do that. Or they go crazy from the stress. Instead of that, it's really the opposite. I feel my soul growing and my understanding growing and my knowledge growing and my wisdom growing. But then I also can see what I'm doing on air and can analyze what I'm saying and doing on air and critique it to myself, and then I don't even feel worthy to be here. But then I look at the other people that the system has put up there as counterfeits of patriots, of Ron Paul, of myself, and of the archetype of freedom that all of us represent who are on the side of good. And it's just very frustrating. It is frustrating to have all this news in front of me. It's frustrating to have everything we've talked about confirmed in triplicate, because we don't see the awakening happening fast enough, and we see these clearly transparent bad guys on both sides of the controlled political spectrum, like a Don King fight. We know Don King owns both fighters. We know it's a rigged game. And everything we've talked about has come true. And still, we then see people that we woke up to Bush being conned by Obama. And now people we're waking up to Obama are falling under the spell of Glenn Beck and Sarah Palin and Mitt Romney and Newt Gingrich. I guess it's really this at the end of the day. I don't relish being well-known. I don't relish everything that comes with it. I just want to get these people out of my life. And I realize that things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. And Glenn Beck is such a sophisticated, multifaceted, multi-layered psyop that I really, at the end of the day, realize the reason that I've only sporadically spoken out against him is because I can't just come on air and expose a few facets of what Glenn Beck represents, because if I do that, and if I don't do it properly, his side